Next on CTV News tonight, a school bus driver is hospitalized following a fiery head-on collision. All the details ahead. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Curtis Crutchfield. So glad you joined us this evening. Topping the news this evening, a school bus driver and bus aide are in the hospital following a crash this morning. The collision happened here at the 4600 block of Suitland Road around 8:40. Prince George's police say the bus was on its way to drop off students when it was hit head-on by a black sedan. Thankfully, the students on board are said to be okay.
The bus driver and the aide were taken to an area hospital in an abundance of caution just to get checked out. The driver fled the scene, and Prince George's County Police is investigating and will have something at a later time to tell you.
Anyone with information on the crash is asked to contact police. Other news this evening, we have an update tonight on that fatal shooting at a Temple Hills skating rink. Police have arrested 27-year-old Omar Smith of D.C. for the February shooting death of Eugene Smith. He's charged with first and second-degree murder. Smith was fatally shot February 23rd in front of DMV All-Skate on Branch Avenue. Smith was a security guard at the rink, and police believe the shooting stemmed from an employment dispute. A bill that would repeal the statute of limitations for child sex abuse is on track to get its final reading in the Maryland Senate any day now. In past sessions, measures similar to the Child Victims Act of 2023 never made it out of committee. But David Lorenz is hopeful that the measure will pass both chambers this year. Yesterday, he spoke about the forthcoming release of a report about clergy abuse in Maryland. Lorenz, who is a survivor of priest abuse, now heads a network for other survivors. He spoke with reporter Patricia Vallone about the bill now moving through the Senate.
It's hard for me to put into words how emotional I was. I was in the hearing room, the committee hearing room for the Senate, and they started to vote this out of committee. And it got to the fifth yes vote. And I just broke down into tears. I didn't see it coming. The relief that is felt because victims can finally stop taking on the burden of this abuse themselves, and they can put it at the feet of the people who did it to them or enabled those people. And that's what needs to be done, is we need to stop making victims responsible for what happened to them and allow that to be to the people who did it to them.
Senate Bill 686 is cross-filed with HB 1 in the House. You're watching CTV News. I'm Curtis Crutchfield. We'll be back in just a moment.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you, get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
A county council member proposes a bill to help renters become homeowners. At-large member Mel Franklin is sponsoring the Rental Assistance Act of 2023. The bill would help moderate to low-income renters by creating a home buyer program. The county would provide up to $5,000 in down payment aid to help residents purchase a home. To be eligible, applicants must be renters in the county for at least 24 consecutive months and be first-time home buyers. Montgomery County residents could soon be paying more in property taxes. County Executive Mark Elrich unveiled his fiscal year 2024 budget yesterday. The $6.8 billion operating budget includes a 10-cent property tax increase. The increase would mean a home assessed at $500,000 would likely pay an additional $500 annually. The increased revenue, just over $220 million, would be used to fully fund the county school system. The proposed budget is nearly an 8% increase from last year. Just in case federal legislation offering student loan relief doesn't pass muster with the U.S. Supreme Court, a state bill aims to assist graduates. HB 680 would increase tax credits for student loan debt. It would also extend the time an individual has to prove the credit was applied to a student loan. In addition, state employees and those who receive Pell Grants would be given a priority.
The hope is to target HBCU students. So that's why it's a Black Caucus priority, a Black Caucus of Maryland priority, because we want to target HBCU students. It does alter what we already have in place to allow it to be more flexible and to encourage individuals to work for the state, to encourage individuals to apply for this loan. And the most important thing, the fund has doubled from $9 million to $18 million.
The measure passed the House of Delegates yesterday. It now goes to the Senate for consideration. 2 Capitol Heights men are in custody in connection with the murder of DeAndre Ellis in Silver Spring earlier this month. 22-year-old cousins Kajan and Ahmad McCombs are both charged with the March 5th shooting death. Responding to a welfare check, an off-duty officer saw the victim in a parked car on Bonifant Street. Ellis was deceased in the vehicle with the engine running. Well, it's a dog napping case in District Heights. Police are looking for a 5-year-old brown female dachshund named Canella. Canella was last seen March 6th in the 6200 block of Foster Street at approximately 5:35 a.m. A front door camera captured footage of a woman approaching the dog and trying to get Canella to follow commands. The woman ultimately takes the dog from the front door of her home, fleeing with a second suspect. If you recognize the woman or have any information on the case, you're asked to call this number, 1-866-411-TIPS. Maryland Governor Wes Moore took time out of his busy schedule today to boost the Terps. It's NCAA tournament time, of course, and the governor marked his bracket emphatically today for the Terps men and women.
Testudo! How's it going? Oh, I love it. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's that time of year. It's that time of the year where the whole country's going to learn to fear the turtle. To fear the turtle. You want to help me out? Let's do it. We are going to start showing the entire country just how ready our Terps are. So, of course, we're going Maryland here.
And we'll have more on the tournament coming up in sports with Simon Buggs. Stay with us.
Hey guys, it's Simon Buggs, and coming up soon, the UMD women's basketball team meets with the media ahead of their upcoming tournament matchup against Holy Cross, and the Commanders continue to gear up for next season by signing a new player and re-signing some current ones. Stay right there.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping, and I can't let this happen to my kid. So if you want to talk to your kids, you have to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Well, March Madness is underway. The Maryland Terps men's basketball team took on West Virginia in round 1 of the NCAA tournament, and they came away with a win, 67-65. Meantime, the Lady Terps will tip off against Holy Cross tomorrow afternoon. Simon Buggs is standing by with the preview.
The UMD women's basketball team met with the media this afternoon as they prepare for the upcoming tournament matchup against Holy Cross. With the Lady Terps having the number 2 seed, they were awarded with home court to open the tournament. Head coach Brenda Freed spoke on what it means for her and the team to play in front of their home crowd.
It's a really important priority. That's what all teams try to work for, is that home court advantage, and rightly so. The fact that you can kind of keep your routine, sleeping in your own beds, and having your fans, with the energy that our fans bring to the table. I think we also recognize that the number in front of your name, being a home seed, hosting on your campus doesn't guarantee you a win.
Another advantage the Lady Terps may have coming into the game is their constant switching up of defensive schemes. Freeze believes this can be tough to game plan for.
I think it makes us a difficult scout when you're going back and watching film on us. I think it's a credit also to our players that they've allowed us as a coaching staff to be able to scheme and scout different teams based on personnel and style of play. So this team has done it better than most, and it's a big advantage when you can change up defenses on your opponent.
The Lady Terps take their court against Holy Cross at home tomorrow at 2:30. And lastly, the Commanders continue to make offseason moves as they have signed veteran quarterback Jacoby Brissett to a one-year deal. They've also re-signed center Tyler Larson as well as cornerback Danny Johnson. And that is your Thursday sports page. Simon Buggs, CTV Sports.
And we thank you, Simon, for that report. Other news this evening, an international organization is spreading its roots to Prince George's. Altruza International has launched a club here in the county. Several members will be part of the club's charter ceremony, which will take place this Saturday, March 18th. The organization, which has close to 300 clubs, focuses on community economic well-being and quality of life.
Maryland is such a huge state. There was a great need, they felt, that there be a club in Prince George's County. The idea was presented to me. If I would help to organize a club in Prince George's, I agreed to do so.
We have the members who are going to be initiated, and we are welcoming attendees so they can join us, so they'll know what Altruza is all about.
Again, the official club charter ceremony is set for this Saturday, March 18th at Hillendale Baptist Church, and that begins at 11 a.m. Some more news for you now. County election boards could begin processing mail-in ballots 8 business days before the start of early voting under an election reform bill passed by the state Senate yesterday. A similar measure passed during last year's General Assembly session, but former Governor Larry Hogan vetoed the measure during the 22 primary Now, during the 22 primary election, it took 36 days to declare incumbent Mark Elrich the Democratic nominee for Montgomery County Executive because precincts couldn't count mail-in ballots before Election Day. The measure now goes to the House. The Environmental Protection Agency proposes regulatory changes for PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, a group of man-made compounds used in household and commercial products. PFAS can be found in water as well as a host of consumer goods. The EPA will hold 2 informational webinars on the proposed changes and a public hearing on May 4th. You can register to speak at the hearing by going to the website on your screen. We're going to wrap up with your weather forecast. Tonight, cloudy with a low around 45 degrees. Tomorrow, rain with daytime temperatures peaking at 65 degrees, falling to a low of 39. Saturday, rain in the morning, then mostly sunny with temperatures as high as 53. Sunday, sunny and breezy with a high near 44 and dropping to a low of 27 degrees. That's pretty cold, 27 degrees at nighttime. And that is your news for this Thursday. I'm Curtis Crutchfield. We're so glad you joined us. Have a good evening.